Hello, welcome to Tabletop CP and the game preview for September 21st, 2024, and we will be breaking out the order dice again this week for another game of Bolt Action version 3. So we've played one game and we really liked it, and we want to get another game in just to kind of build on what we've learned, and we are going to be doing a teaching game this week. So Steve's going to be coming over. Steve is a veteran of many version 2 Bolt Action games. He's never played version 3, he's never read the rules, he doesn't follow it at all. So he's going to be a total beginner for version 3. So I think it'd be a good time to do a teaching game. So he will be learning on the fly. We'll be teaching him during the game. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully we get all the situations we want to happen, all the different rules that we can get in there in one game. We'll see. But either way, it'll be a fun game. We're going to be playing one of the story missions this week, the point defense mission. So the defenders will have 3 objectives in their setup zone, and the attackers will have to capture these objectives. So they get 1 objective is to draw, they get 2 objectives, it's a attacker win, and if they get none of the objectives, the defenders win. So it's an older mission, but it checks out, and it should be pretty fun. I think it'll do well for this teaching game. So it's going to be early war, Eastern Front, German armor versus Soviets dug in. So we'll see how it works out, and should be a good game. So let's go ahead and look at the forces that we're going to be using for this one. So we begin here with the Soviet platoon. So this is sort of a modified version of one of the example lists they have in the book. So they have a few example lists in the book with the new Army selector method. And the Soviet one's called the God of War platoon. So I just kind of modified that, dropped the dice a little bit in the points. So what we wound up here is 1,332 points, which is actually going to be more than that, as I decided to give some AT grenades to a couple of the squads. But we're going to be starting out with our mandatory infantry platoon, and that's going to be a platoon commander with 2 men with SMGs, regular. We're also going to have an inexperienced commissar with a pistol and 2 extra guys with him with SMGs. And have 2 regular LMG squads, 12 men, SMG NCO, and an LMG, and one of those is going to have the AT grenades. And the last infantry squad is going to be an inexperienced infantry squad, which is no longer free for the Soviets, by the way. So we're paying for this one. Inexperienced infantry squad, 12 guys with rifles. They're going to be green, and they're going to have AT grenades. So also in the infantry platoon, we're going to have a sniper, both with SMGs, the sniper and spotter. We're going to have a regular AT rifle, and then we're going to have a regular forward observer just by himself. And to accompany the infantry platoon, we're going to bring a heavy weapons platoon with a regular platoon commander with 2 men, all with SMGs. And have a regular heavy mortar with spotter, a regular HMG with a gun shield, and a regular medium machine gun. And then last but not least, we're going to have our first artillery platoon of version 3. So that also needs a regular platoon commander. They're going to have 2 guys and then SMGs. So we're going to have 3-man officer teams, all with SMGs running around. 4 if you count the commissar. But hoping that they can snap too, because this is a lot of dice. This is like 13 or 15 order dice just for this list, and it's barely 1,000 points. But anyway, rounding out the artillery platoon, we're going to have a regular light AT gun, and then the ZIS-3 gun. Those are going to be the 2 heavy hitters to deal with all the German armor that we're going to see. So that's the Soviet platoon. A lot of dice, but hopefully with all these officers around, we can kind of use them to snap to and speed things up a little bit. We'll see, though. So let's go ahead and look at the Germans. So like the Soviet army, the German army is a modified version of the example German army in the list, which is the German Blitzkrieg platoon. This is 12 order dice, I believe, and then 1,038 points. So starting off with our infantry platoon, I guess, well, everything's regular. So we're going to have our regular platoon commander with 2 men, SMGs. We're also going to be bringing a regular captain with 2 men at the SMGs. Then we're going to have 3 regular infantry squads, 9 men each, SMG NCO and an LMG. And then we're going to have 2 regular trucks with medium machine guns, and then we're going to have a regular half-track with a machine gun on it. So those are going to be the transports, Blitzkrieg transports for the infantry. And then last is going to be just 1 armor platoon. The armor platoon is going to have a Panzer 38T with the platoon command tank upgrade for 10 points. And he's going to be assisted by another regular Panzer 38T a regular Panzer II, and then a motorcycle with sidecar. So that is the entire German platoon. So mobile, hard hitting, and we'll see how they do against these dug-in Soviets. We're going to be doing a live stream. I know the last live stream kind of turned into a mess, but I think we've got that dialed in now. So we are going to be live streaming a little bit later this time. We're going to be starting at 16:30 Pacific time on Saturday, September 21st. So hopefully not too late for a lot of you, but I'm sure some of you will be a little late, those of you on faraway time zones. So anyway, that's the game plan for this week, and hope to see you at the live stream.